Mission 11, flying the P-51 with 355 Fighter Squadron. We're going to bomb the railway junction at Granville. We're based at Lashenden. The outbound journey is southwest, going feet wet somewhere near Eastbourne. Ingress will be between the Utah and Omaha beachheads, and then we'll continue southwest on to Granville. Okay, I'm just about to go feet wet. Eastbourne is at like 2 o'clock. This is going to be a long flight. It's almost the entire length of the Normandy map, but the P-51 has large fuel capacity and it's very fuel efficient during flight. Nevertheless, I'm going to run the fuel mixture on auto lean as we cross the channel. I do have 35 gallons of fuel in the rear tank, which is not normally a good idea. It does upset the handling of the plane during combat maneuvers. But I'll hopefully burn that fuel off as I'm crossing the channel, and then it won't be a problem. We've reached the French coast. The temporary harbour at the Omaha beachhead is visible at my 9 o'clock. I still have about 10 gallons of fuel left in the rear tank. I'm going to switch to auto-rich fuel mixture and hopefully burn that off as we go inland. Weather conditions are okay. There are some patches of cloud around. We're going to stay below cloud base as we head to Granville. We have a flight of P-38s overhead, giving us escort cover for this mission. We're about to cross into enemy-held territory. That is the town of Jhonatan. You can see some artillery shells going across there, and we're picking up a little bit of flak as we pass over the front line. We're a few kilometers out from Granville right now. I'm trying to get eyes on target. I can just make out the plume of smoke from the locomotive engine. That's what I'm going to aim for. The other planes have broken formation to prepare for their attacks. I'm going to wait a few more moments and then push the nose down and see if I can bomb this train. There's quite a strong wind blowing me towards the coast. I am using the rudder to counteract, but it's quite difficult to stay on target. I'm trying to get the locomotive under the nose of the plane. Bombs away. Looks like a good hit. One of our planes though has just plunged into the water. Here's the replay. The bombs land right behind the locomotive and boom. A few other planes follow in with their bombs and it's a good result. The train has been totally destroyed, some tanks and other vehicles, and the warehouse building as well. We lost 3 planes on this drop. Let's take a look at what happened to them. One plane at the front gets hit by anti-air gunfire. That's the plane we saw plunge into the water. 2 other planes lose control after dropping their bombs and crash into the ground. My guess is that they still had a lot of fuel in their rear tank, which caused them to lose control. Time to egress. We're on a bearing of 020 to get back to the French coast. What's left of my flight is on my long 6 catching up. We still have the P-38s overhead, although we haven't had any bother from the Luftwaffe so far. We've almost reached the French coast. My flight is back in formation. I've noticed one pilot hasn't dropped his bombs. That's a shame. He's going to have to carry them back across the channel. We're back at the English coast. Brighton is down there at my 8 o'clock. The plane in the middle there is still carrying his bombs. I don't have any way of ordering him to jettison over water. He'll jettison just before we get to base and hopefully not hit anything. Looking down the coast, we've got Newhaven, Seaford, and on the other side of Beachhead is Eastbourne. We are RTB Lashenden. There we are, mission accomplished. I was happy to get my bomb drop on the train, and I've taken out a few vehicles as well. A bittersweet outcome for the squadron overall. We lost those 2 pilots, I think to an overfueling issue, which is my fault, but we did take out a large number of targets at the Railway Junction. Thanks for watching, see you next time.